it now and restart my career, like Amit said, I would actually sit here and say, why don't we sell to India, but we also sell to the world, right? So I would start my journey again, and again Bangalore and Karnataka is leading the pack. Over the last 20, 30 years, what has been leading? It is Bangalore leading by example. The biggest exports of India is services, right? And that is led by Bangalore. So a big applause to Karnataka, Bangalore, and everybody who's in the room is contributing the services exports. It is India's strength to the world, right? And even within this, if you talk about, it's not just the Infosys and the Wipros and the TCS. Okay, the number one country in small value services exports, it is India. If you go by International Labour Organization's report, okay, the freelancers, the ITs, which Amit was talking about, okay, is led by individual small exporters of services. Everything from IT, consulting, SCM, okay, all the way now to educational services, wellness, okay, everything is led by services. India already has a kind of market share of 25% worldwide. Okay, Amit talked about Bangladesh, being cheaper than us. Even in IT services, they are number 2, but we seem to be number 1 because on parameters like quality, okay, and per hour billing rate, we are able to command the respect of the international audience and get that, what we deserve. So we already have an head start. And guess what, he cited the example of Thailand. Okay, we all of us have an inherent advantage. Not only we have a very good diverse product, strong in services, but we speak the business language of the world, which is English. For them it's a huge cultural thing to learn English, then speak and then market their product. We already have a head start. So what we are talking about here is, a lot of tailwinds and everything is going for us. Okay, so what do we need to do in the room as exporters, right? I'm not talking about PayPal for that, what PayPal can do as a partner, how will we bring the payment solution, Abhay, Nirupam and team will talk about it. I'm just going to talk and build out from Amit's discussion just about PayPal hack. I'm using 4 P's just to keep it very simple. The first, policy. I would strongly recommend, as a fellow partner and a colleague in this journey, is that, look at the policy. You don't need to be an expert, but read what the foreign trade policy of 2023 talked about, and don't read the whole thing, just read chapter 9. Okay, that is setting the blueprint for e-commerce led export of goods and services. It's a few pages. It talks about all the schemes of the government, the measures they are putting in place. So it's like setting the larger goal. So government is behind us, both at the center and the state. Okay, number 1. Second, I would recommend that all of us today may be exporting or planning to export. You may be exporting goods and services to one country, but I'm sure that in 5 years, 10 years, many of you would be a very large export house, okay, sitting in India with businesses and operations around the country. That's your aspiration. So an individual freelancer or a micro business in India should become an Indian-led MNC. Okay, for that the foundation is very good. See, Virat Kohli is a great player not because he is able to hit the sixes. His defense is very good. Okay, so getting our procedure right is very important. You don't want to get out. The procedures are very simple. Most of us don't want to even get an IEC code. But it's a very basic thing. It's available free of cost from DGFT. Sign up and get an import-export code. Right? Very basic stuff. Second, about procedure. Okay, know about the basics, as Amit said. What does it take to export in your area, right? End to end. Get your GST registration. Even if you are not in that turnover of 20 lakhs or 40 lakhs, get your GST registration. Basic filing, okay, is what you need to know, because a lot of benefits come back on the back of IEC and GST benefits, which will make your product or service very competitive. Now, if you don't do the basic thing, you don't get to play the field, right? You can't be a big one. You can play on the sideline, no problem. If you want to just enhance and supplement your income, that is also an option. Stay on the radar, but it's not going to get you anywhere much, right? But if you want to really stay and grow big, then this is a basic procedure. The third one, paperwork. Okay, Very important in this digital age, especially when you are interacting with international buyers, right? We are in 200 countries, we bring that experience. Amit touched a bit about, how they are sensitive to packaging, safety, which artisans are making the product. Those are very good from a sales perspective. But paperwork, what I'm trying to say is that how many of us have a proper website or a page with terms of service being made very clear? Right? What is your service? What are the terms of service for your user to buy? Why I am saying is it's going to protect you. Tomorrow, if there is a, God forbid, some refund, some sort of a litigation that happens, okay? Unfortunate consequences. Nobody intends to do bad business. But kuch hua, you have your back with a proper set of terms of service. Okay, so that's what I mean by paperwork. There are many examples of what we can do, but very basic stuff. Okay, in terms of partnership. Okay, you have got PayPal as a partner in terms of payments, right? We have got your bag, it is safe. People are looking for trusted buyer and supplier of goods and services. They don't know that you are manufacturing a great service out of Bangalore or a goods in the corner of, say Coorg, right? Selling coffee, artisan coffee. But the bridge for trust is very important because he is going to part his hard-earned money to you. Okay, and you also want to come across as a very reliable supplier. So having the PayPal as a trust mark is very important. But more important, be smart about partnership. When I say about partnership, not just your payment provider. Okay, your best partners are going to be your employees, one, which I am saying the obvious. Okay, number two, okay, your CA is a very good partner. Get a trusted guy. He is going to help you do the heavy lifting on GST compliance, tax filing, things like TDS. By the way, we will have a session that the TDS has to be is a compliant thing, but you get your money back. PayPal has a very good process to make sure that the TDS compliance is sorted as well. The other partner you should always keep in mind at the start. Okay, have a good law firm. Okay, it can be a small firm as well. The good part about digital India is that everything is available on the website, right? There are CAs who can help you. There are legal firms that you can help. Many of these services which are not core to your product or service are available. Bangalore has shown the way, right? Of having platforms which help you in supporting all the ancillary side. So look at that kind of a partnership. Don't try to do everything yourself. I know many of you are individual, small, free, focused on one product or one service. You may find this is complicated. Outsource everything, partner for everything that is not your core. Just focus on two things. Focus on your product or service and take care of your customers. Everything else can be managed very well with a bit of smart planning and outsourcing, and you are on your journey. It's not as difficult as it sounds. The government has now eased out a lot of things. In addition to foreign trade policy, GST, and all of it, there are very interesting schemes of the government. Okay, what we will do is, I was talking with my team and Amit, we want some feedback. I am going to be present throughout the day. We can talk to you. We want to curate follow-up sessions virtually where we can do a deep dive on various modules of various schemes of the government which you can take a benefit. A few things I'll leave you for your reading before we close the remark is SIDBI as a set of programs for small business to take advantage of project financing, equipment financing, those kind of things. Second, please negotiate and be in touch with your banker. Okay, the bankers have a lot of schemes which are supported by the government for your financing needs. Okay, there is an export finance scheme that the government has launched right now in a draft consultation stage. Okay, that also you should keep it just as a tab to see how you can take advantage of the financing option also, because it's very important that as you grow your business you will need financing as well, right? Now last, okay, don't use this conference just that it's a sales pitch from our side. Let it be a partnership. We want to listen to you, not just the issues around PayPal and customer service and all that. What we want is like Amit, I sit on various forums of the government. Okay, like Federation of Indian Exports Organization. We are on the National E-Commerce Committee, Services Export Promotion Council. Okay, we can be your voice into the government. Okay, but for that we need your inputs and feedback. Okay, what works, what doesn't work. We are happy to take it and put the exporter's voice into that forum so that it will come back as more friendly rules and procedures in the time being. So with that, I'll close my remarks. The last thing is, as I said, the other piece that I'm present here throughout the session. At the end of it, we can have the catch up here to discuss in more detail specific areas. Okay, and I will just end again with a thank you. Good luck to RCB to win the title this time. Okay, and our aspiration should be that how do we beat Germany now as our third, to be the third largest economy. We are not very far. And I would say that, the time is now, okay, for us to capture this tailwind of exports. Okay, the world is in a flux, but here is when it is uncertain, you have an opportunity. So there is this ecosystem of partner like PayPal to help you. The government is having your back. Okay, you have got a great product and service led from Bangalore with services supplemented by goods. We can make it happen. The time is now. Thank you so much.